a quiet room at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. The year is 1981. A man is hunched over ancient scriptures, his eyes scanning lines of Hebrew text. This is Dr. Eliyahu Rips, a brilliant mathematician. He doesn't know it yet, but he's about to make a discovery that will shake the foundations of science and faith. Among the ancient letters of the Torah, something extraordinary is about to be revealed. A code hidden for millennia, waiting for the right moment to come to light. What Dr. Rips found that day wasn't just another mathematical theory. It was the beginning of a journey that would change his life forever and challenge everything we thought we knew about sacred texts. Prepare yourself for a story that defies logic, where science and mysticism meet in an age-old enigma. Dr. Rips wasn't looking for a hidden code. As a mathematician, he was simply exploring the Torah's structure using computer analysis. But on that fateful day, as his computer screen flickered with data, something caught his eye. Patterns. Impossible patterns. Words related to each other were appearing at regular intervals throughout the text. Not random occurrences, but mathematically precise sequences. At first, Dr. Rips doubted his own findings. He ran the tests again and again, but the results were always the same. What he had stumbled upon was an intricate tapestry of information, woven into the very fabric of the Torah's text. A code so complex, it could only have been created by an intelligence far beyond human capability. As the implications of his discovery began to sink in, Dr. Rips realized that his life's work had just taken an unexpected turn. He was no longer just a mathematician. He had become a modern-day explorer, venturing into uncharted territory where science and faith intersected. Little did he know, this was only the beginning. The code held secrets that would challenge our understanding of history, prophecy, and the nature of reality itself. As Dr. Rips delved deeper into the code, the magnitude of his discovery became clear. This wasn't just a mathematical curiosity. It was a potential window into both past and future. The code seemed to contain detailed information about events that had already occurred: World War II, the Holocaust, the moon landing. But more astoundingly, it appeared to predict future events with uncanny accuracy. Skeptics argued it was mere coincidence, but the mathematical probability of such precise coincidences was astronomically low. The academic world was thrown into a frenzy. Mathematicians, physicists, and theologians all weighed in. Some hailed it as proof of divine authorship of the Torah. Others scrambled to debunk it. For Dr. Rips, a secular scientist, this discovery posed profound questions. If the code was real, what did it mean for our understanding of time, free will, and the nature of the universe? As word spread, the implications reached far beyond academia. Religious leaders, politicians, and the general public all grappled with the potential consequences of this hidden knowledge. The once quiet life of Dr. Rips was now at the center of a global controversy. His discovery had opened a Pandora's box of questions that challenged the very foundations of science, faith, and human understanding. As the controversy grew, so did the need for rigorous scientific validation. Dr. Rips knew that his discovery would be scrutinized by the world's top minds. He welcomed the challenge. A team of mathematicians and statisticians from Harvard University, led by Professor Robert Haralick, began an exhaustive analysis of the code. Their goal: to determine if the patterns were truly statistically significant or merely random coincidences. Months of intense work followed. Complex algorithms were developed. Countless tests were run. The team even created control experiments, using other texts to compare results. The findings were astonishing. The patterns in the Torah were indeed unique. The statistical significance was so high that it defied conventional explanation. In a groundbreaking moment for the scientific community, the prestigious journal Statistical Science published the team's peer-reviewed paper on the Torah codes in 1994. This publication sent shockwaves through academia. It wasn't just fringe theorists or religious zealots supporting the code's existence anymore. Now, it had the backing of some of the most respected minds in mathematics and statistics. But with validation came new questions. If the code was real, how was it created? And more importantly, what else might it reveal? As the scientific community grappled with these questions, Dr. Rips found himself at a crossroads. His discovery was now validated, but the journey was far from over. As the world debated the implications of his discovery, Dr. Eliyahu Rips was undergoing a profound personal transformation. Once a secular mathematician, Rips now found himself diving deep into the spiritual realm he had long ignored. The code had opened his eyes to possibilities he had never considered before. He began studying the Torah not just as a mathematical text, but as a source of ancient wisdom. Hours that were once spent purely on equations were now divided between scientific research and religious study. Colleagues noticed a change in Rips. The man who once spoke only in the language of mathematics now discussed philosophy and theology with equal fervor. His worldview was expanding, bridging the gap between science and spirituality. This transformation wasn't without its challenges. Some in the scientific community accused Rips of losing his objectivity. Others in religious circles were skeptical of his sudden interest in faith. But for Rips, this journey was about more than just professional reputation. It was a quest for understanding that transcended traditional boundaries. As he delved deeper into both the code and the Torah's teachings, Rips began to see connections he had never noticed before. The mathematical patterns and the spiritual insights seemed to intertwine, each informing the other. This personal evolution raised new questions. Could one man's discovery lead to a broader reconciliation between science and faith? And what other revelations awaited those willing to look beyond the surface of ancient texts? As news of the Torah code spread beyond academic circles, its impact began to ripple across the globe. Religious communities were electrified. For many, the code seemed to offer scientific proof of divine authorship. Synagogues and churches alike buzzed with discussions about its implications. In Israel, the discovery took on national significance. The idea that their ancient text contained hidden wisdom resonated deeply with many Israelis, regardless of their level of religious observance. But the code's influence wasn't limited to religious spheres. It captured the imagination of the general public worldwide. Books on the topic became bestsellers. Documentaries exploring the phenomenon drew millions of viewers. The tech world took notice too. Computer scientists and software engineers began developing new algorithms, inspired by the methods used to uncover the code. This led to advancements in pattern recognition and data analysis. However, with great attention came great scrutiny. Skeptics redoubled their efforts to debunk the code. Heated debates erupted in universities, on television, and across the internet. Some saw the code as a threat to free will, worried that if future events were encoded, it might imply predestination. Others viewed it as a potential tool for predicting and perhaps even averting disasters. Governments and intelligence agencies quietly began exploring the possibility of using similar methods to uncover hidden messages in other texts. As the world grappled with the implications, one thing became clear. Whether one believed in the code or not, its discovery had forever changed the conversation about the intersection of science, technology, and spirituality. The question on everyone's mind was, where would this discovery lead humanity next? As the Torah code gained worldwide attention, it also faced mounting challenges and controversies. Critics emerged from various fields, each bringing their own perspective to the debate. Statisticians argued that the methods used to find the code were flawed, susceptible to the human tendency to see patterns where none exist. Linguists pointed out that the flexibility of the Hebrew language, with its lack of vowels in written form, made it easier to find meaningful words and phrases in any text. Historians and biblical scholars questioned the very basis of the code, noting that the exact letter-by-letter text of the Torah had evolved over centuries, making a precise, intentional code unlikely. The scientific community itself was divided. While some respected journals had published papers supporting the code's statistical significance, others published rebuttals and critiques. Dr. Rips and his supporters found themselves constantly defending their work. They refined their methods, conducted more tests, and engaged in public debates with their critics. The controversy even led to legal battles. In one notable case, a publisher was sued for claiming their book about the code could predict the future. As the debates raged on, a new challenge emerged. the proliferation of unsupported claims. Amateur. Codebreakers began finding messages about everything from celebrity gossip to doomsday predictions, muddying the waters of serious research. For Dr. Rips, this period was both frustrating and invigorating. While he stood by his discovery, he also welcomed the rigorous scrutiny, seeing it as part of the scientific process. The question remained, would the Torah code withstand this intense scrutiny and emerge as a recognized phenomenon, or would it be relegated to the realm of pseudoscience? As years passed, the initial furor over the Torah code began to settle, but its impact continued to resonate in unexpected ways. Dr. Rips, now in his later years, found himself reflecting on the journey his discovery had sparked. While the debate over the code's validity continued in academic circles, its legacy extended far beyond. In the field of cryptography, the methods developed to study the Torah code led to advancements in decoding complex patterns. This had applications in various fields, from cybersecurity to data analysis in genetics. The intersection of mathematics and textual analysis that the code represented inspired a new generation of interdisciplinary researchers. Universities began offering courses that combined computer science, linguistics, and religious studies. In popular culture, the concept of hidden codes in ancient texts became a recurring theme in books, movies, and TV shows. It had captured the public imagination in a way few scientific discoveries had. For many in the religious world, regardless of the ongoing debates, the code had reignited interest in studying ancient texts. Synagogues and yeshivas saw increased attendance in Torah study classes. Perhaps most significantly, the Torah code controversy had opened up new dialogues between scientists and theologians. It became a touchstone for discussions about the relationship between faith and reason. Dr. Rips himself had become a symbol of this bridge between worlds. Though he maintained his scientific rigor, he also embraced the spiritual journey the code had led him on. As he looked to the future, Rips knew that the full impact of his discovery might not be known for generations. He had opened a door, and what lay beyond it was still unfolding. The Torah code remained a mystery, not fully proven, not fully debunked. But in that ambiguity lay its enduring power, the power to make us question, to wonder, and to seek understanding in the confluence of the rational and the mystical. As we reach the present day, the story of the Torah code is far from over. It remains a subject of fascination, study, and debate. Dr. Rips, now in his twilight years, continues to be sought after for interviews and lectures. His discovery, made decades ago, still sparks curiosity and inspires new research. Young scientists and mathematicians, intrigued by the possibilities, are developing new methods to analyze ancient texts. They're using advanced AI and machine learning algorithms, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in pattern recognition. In Israel, a small but dedicated group of researchers continues to explore the code, looking for new insights and applications. Their work, while controversial, keeps the discussion alive in academic circles. The broader impact of the Torah code discovery continues to unfold. It has become a case study in how a single finding can bridge disciplines, challenge assumptions, and open up new areas of inquiry. For many, the code represents more than just a mathematical curiosity. It's a reminder of the mysteries that still exist in our world, even in texts that have been studied for millennia. As we look to the future, questions remain. Will advancements in technology finally provide definitive proof, or disproof, of the code's validity? What other ancient texts might hold similar secrets? And how might these discoveries shape our understanding of history, spirituality, and the nature of knowledge itself? The Torah code, whether viewed as a divine message, a mathematical anomaly, or something in between, has left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. It stands as a testament to the power of human curiosity and the enduring allure of the unknown. As this chapter of the story closes, we're left with a profound truth. In the quest for understanding, sometimes the questions we ask are just as important as the answers we find. This is where our story ends, but the journey of discovery continues.